What is going on, Lake Pro Tackle fam? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I'm feeling a lot better. No more food poisoning, thank God. We've got a really cool video for y'all today. Right now, we just got in the Berkley 5-inch Cullshads. Now, 3 to a pack. We've got a couple colors available right now. You're definitely gonna want to try these out, especially for this fall time, when those fish are keying in on shad about the size, maybe a little bit bigger even. They're going to start making that transition, and you can start getting bit a lot on swim baits because of the fall maul. Let's talk about it, y'all. The fall maul is when these fish are transitioning to the bigger and bigger shad, as well as chasing around some of the smaller shad, right? So this 5-inch version of an unrigged Cullshad or Magdraft, any style swim bait like this, is just going to get bit. And you're going to notice a lot of the bigger fish are going to be keying in on bait around this size and even bigger. Now, the Cullshad, there's so many different swim baits out there that utilize the same very shad-like body and kicking tail. What's great about the Cullshad, and what I enjoyed about the Cullshad, is that you could work it at a variable speed. Now, I'm talking about the normal rigged Cullshad with the treble hook and the harness and all that. You could work it at much different speeds by adding weight in the specific places labeled on the box. Got Senkos everywhere on the table here. Got a big restock of Yamamoto, which reminds me as well, big restock of Shimano Vanfords in the 25 and 3000 sizes. By far, probably my go-to spinning reel at this current point in time. Ultra smooth, drag is awesome, absolutely love it. Just want to let y'all know. Back to the Cullshad here though. This is a 5-inch version, so this is a snack to almost every single bass out there. You'll have 1-pounders try to hit this thing, you'll have 2-pounders try to hit this thing, and I guarantee you, if you get around the right fish, you'll have a 10-pounder come up and eat this. Now, we've got a couple different rigging options since it is an unrigged bait. You can do so many different things with this. You can make it a line through. You can make it, a just rigged one with a single hook like this. You can do so many different things. We're going to talk about a couple different rigging options that we have here at the shop. Of course, you can play around with whatever ones you want to play with at your own discretion, but one of my favorite ones is the Hayabusa right here. This is the wide gap screw lock. This one specifically is a 5/0 hook, 3/16 ounce. Now, you can go up a little more in weight. I'm typically going to be reeling this pretty slow on the bottom or burning it at the top with the rod tip up. So that 1/4 ounce, 3/16 ounce weight is going to give me a lot of variable when it comes to this bait specifically. I'm not the biggest fan of their little screw lock here. I will typically replace this with a centering pin from Owner, but just to give y'all an idea, I am going to go ahead and rig this up here. See, it's just harder. The centering pin makes life 100 million times easier. But there we go. Getting it going here. You know, that's good enough. I think y'all get the idea. There's a lot of gap here. With the centering pin, it just makes it so much easier, or almost any other one. The Hayabusa, it really holds your bait on if you can get it on correctly because of the surface area on it. It's just really hard to get it into this plastic here. But the Cullshad, unrigged Cullshad, has a ton of opening here on the bottom. So I think there is plenty of plastic from the middle of the bait to the top to where you're not going to break this a lot. You're not going to, rip them up very easy. It's still a very durable bait. What I do enjoy is that it doesn't have too much meat here to where you can't get a good hook set, or you're going to be missing fish because of that. But basically, the Hayabusa hook sits very, very low to the bait, very low profile, and I also like how it's head forward, because typically what happens when you're rolling a swim bait along is that the tail is going to drag and the head is going to pop up and cause your bait to swim upwards. I like the way Hayabusa has their weight really head forward, and that's going to drive the head more horizontal and more down, while that tail creates a back drag. So it's going to sit very, very level in the water, and it's not going to take a lot of, work to get this bait to go. It's going to sit awesome. And basically, again, it's very, very low profile, and that 5/0 hook is going to provide a very good hookup ratio. I do enjoy the Hayabusa because it is a lighter wire. You don't need to really run, your 18 to 20 to 25 pound line. You can throw this on 16 if you want. You're going to get great hook penetration. These Hayabusas are ultra sharp. We also have the Owner Flashy Swimmer. If you want to add a little bit of flash, this is the 5/0 1/4 ounce. They do a very similar thing where they put a lot of the weight forward because that blade is also going to cause a lot of backdraft, and it's going to cause the bait to want to go up a little bit. So that's another choice. The hook is a little bit bigger gauge, and overall just a little bit bigger hook overall, a little bit longer. So kind of like if this is a typical 5, this might be like 5.5. But very, very similar. It's going to be a little bit deeper hook as well to allow enough space for that blade to get down and away from the tail here. And you can always play with your flashy swimmers, you know, shorten the blade length or anything like that. So very, very easy to play. So my two top ones that I'm going to choose are the Flashy Swimmer 5 and then the Hayabusa Wide Gap there as well. Now, of course, it's a Berkley product, so they have Berkley accessories. The Berkley Fusion hook here, this is going to be their standard like belly weighted swim bait hook. It's 5/0 1/4 ounce, kind of just like the Flashy Swimmer. This hook here uses a very thick hook, so this is where I would make that jump up to around that 17-pound line, 18-pound line. And you know what's nice about this, you get 4 in a pack. Your Flashy Swimmer you get 2, Hayabusa you get 3. And these are all great options. My issue with the Berkley is I just like to go lighter when I can. Now, the Fusion hook, they're great hooks. They won't bend on you. But when it comes to getting that hook all the way through that fish's mouth, especially if they're short striking, it's very difficult to get that hook point to stick in and really penetrate the fish's mouth with a really thick hook like this. So, again, that's why I'm typically running these two right here. Now, some other cool things about the Cullshad, of course, if you aren't familiar with it, which I think most of us are, you know, the honeycomb pattern on the back really allows for a lot of water to catch in there, and it actually allows the bait to fold up very, very easy because there's not a lot of plastic. So this 5-inch bait here might look big for some of y'all, but trust me, 1-pounders will eat this. You'll have, I mean, bass literally this size follow this up. I guarantee it. It looks super real. I love the HD paint jobs on it. This one here, I believe, is just standard gizzard shad. This one is HD Ghost Gizzard Shad, a little more translucent. And optionally as well, if you don't want to do a weedless version with the belly weighted swim bait hooks, you can also go to something like a jig head. These guys here, the Picasso, you know I love Picasso jig heads. These are the Smart Mouth Plus jig heads, 4/0 1/4 ounce. So this uses a mustad hook, and it's going to be a jig head, essentially, right? It's going to be a little bit thicker hook utilizing the mustad hook. Has a great keeper system on it and will keep this locked on very well. One thing that you can do to really make the bait look flush on the jig head is just cut a perpendicular line going straight along the nose because it is angled downwards. So if you want to square that up and then push it straight up against the jig head, that is a great option there. So you can do this a lot of different ways. Typically, if I am rigging this up on a jig head, I like to have a little thicker hook where I'm going to be utilizing that 15, 17, maybe even 20-pound line. But typically, I won't do it on a 5-inch swim bait like this. Just want to give y'all another option there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video here. Again, 5-inch Cullshads from Berkley are now available, and you can definitely check out some of the hooks that we have in the video. I'm going to link them down below, as well as pick up a couple of those bad boys right there. So check them all out. LakeProTackle.com, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. See you guys.